Hello guys, it's Chris here in Kansas City. Another camper restoration work day. I just had a visitor. She's leaving now, but this is Ben and Jasper, his child. I'll put some pictures in the corner of him climbing around and going inside. See if we can get him to wave. No, he's too busy strapping the child in. Anyway, it's been a while since I've done a video. The last time lapse that you saw prematurely ended with me taking, before you got to see me take out this piece here. Now this carpet and everything is weighing it down in the tank, but this is actually like that. So, say bye, Ben. So, this, at the end of the video, I pulled out from the corner. So I had to take everything down here, the front, so it would slide out behind it. And in the process and everything else, getting the back side of what you can see here, on the left side of the driver's side, right behind the shower, getting some more of that stuff out after pulling this out caused that whole panel to fall. No damage that I can see. It looks fine. All the staples are actually to the inside where the wood was. It just, that whole piece, just like this side, was pinched up there and fastened at the back corner and then underneath at the underbelly. So I don't know if there's a way I can improve upon that, and maybe I could show you a little bit, but let's back up. So, where I left you last video-wise was probably that storm on Father's Day, or the day before, on that Saturday, that pushed everything 4 inches. I showed you the back corner and everything. So I had to rush in here, finish the stud walls, and move everything back into position, which I've done so fairly well initially. And then in the process of a little more work here, it shifted a little bit again. So I'll show you those stud walls. These two buckets, we've also had a lot of rain now. It's July 3rd, if I didn't already say that. This last week there's been a lot of rain. Both of those are full. I went up on the roof to check it out. Remember, there used to be pooling. If you saw it, one of the first episodes, a lot of water. And now there's no water on the roof, and we had a ton of rain, ton of water. And it's thanks to these new metal studs that are used as my, rafters, if you will, my ceiling joists. So, but back up. Here's the new step. Ben helped me put this in the other day, or at least kind of size it up. It's kind of neat because it pushes away. I don't really like how it says Flexco, but it's made in America, and it was only like 50 bucks, so I'm happy. Anyway, that's in the way a little bit here, this. But it kind of fits nicely underneath. I wish it came out further. So getting in is not a problem, but getting out, kind of a little bit maneuvering of stepping down quick enough and putting your foot. So I'll show you real quick. So, ow. All right, hard behind the camera. So you can step on it just fine. But when you go out, I got a storm, I think, coming again, speaking of storms. When you come out, you kind of get your foot half on. I'm going to put a handle right here. I think that's advisable. There's a handle here, which is a great idea. I think that'll help a lot. Sorry, I'm probably making you motion sick, but look at this giant, beautiful cloud, giving me some nice shade. Anyway, so little complications with this. I had to do some weird. There's 4 holes. This one still isn't in. So to kind of line it up on the door and everything, and bring it all the way forward, I had to drill through this cross member and put a hole here. So the actual original hole is not being used. I had to put 2 new holes. That's the other one. So those 2, and there's 2 here. So I also decided to put a whole nother 2x4. There's a lot of weight, a lot of stress when someone first stands in here. So instead of doing these, like, I don't know, 24 or whatever, 20 inches off center, I decided to put an additional 2x4 in here all the way through to strengthen this, which will also help with strengthening this. And that's because I'm going to put a little 2x4 in here for this hole to go through and everything. So, because there's no cross member there, it's only on this side, so that makes it inherently a little weaker because it's wood versus metal, or wood versus a metal and wood. But anyway, so much to catch you up on. I'll probably skip things because I want to keep this short if that's possible. But got rid of the refrigerator, sold that on Let Go or Craigslist. Yeah, I think it was Let Go. So that space is free. Got rid of the old water heater for free, and on Let Go as well. And I had, oddly enough, I had 3 people interested in getting an old water heater for free that I didn't have operable. I don't know if there was a fuse blown, but from the wiring diagram, it didn't look like there was a fuse. So hopefully they figure it out. But yeah, got rid of that too, and the little vacuum cleaner. So I'm still got to get rid of the furnace. All right. So what else can I show you? The solution to move this back in position was me sitting on my butt using my thunder thighs, tree trunks, to push my legs this to the back, bumping up that plumbing to the 2x4. And you'll also see in that a time lapse that I had put this rubber neoprene on the top of these. Now this is actually pretty warm, not today actually, but this neoprene here, oh, it's not on that piece, this piece, you can see it there. That's going to protect that conductive thing and that thermal bridge here to the metal stud. So in the middle, it's still touching a little bit. It's not perfect, but I think it's gonna be pretty good. And still definitely a thermal, bridge insulation is gonna be in here as well as here and sealed up, and a radiant barrier with an air gap. But obviously, I need to have this touching it, so that was the solution. I don't have all of them in. I'm going to put more, but it's a lot stronger now, a lot more stable. Here's the nice stud wall, and that enabled my friend Neil and I to pick it up and kind of move it in position uniformly. And, they've got one over there. All right, and then this is what I did the last 2 days. It's a little more complicated by the bathroom. I had to cut through this guy so I could move this out of the way a little bit more into position. And I cored out with an arbor bit, a 2-inch hole through the wood, and actually I was surprised that it fit so nicely, and cored it out. Here's what I took out. Same thing over here, over there, and I put flashing. Flashing is normally on the outside around windows and stuff facing the elements, but it's so adhesive, it's good. I just wanted to put it, as I put it all the way along the strip here, which you also see in the time-lapse / video. I'll speed up. You see, and I also put it here just to cover up those holes. And those are the holes for that little, cover over the vent stack. Let's see. Yeah, and I guess that's about it for now. You see all these screws? That's kind of where I'm at right now with this piece hanging. Is I'm going to replace those screws, and I don't want a lot extra. I don't want unfilled holes in the roof, so I'm going to put new ones all the way back. So do I put little nubby ones that only go through the metal, or do I put a new piece of wood up, or do I put them through the roof and then through this with like a sheet metal screw, and the nubby ones I talk about will fit through all 3. I think that's the solution I'm going to go with. But the difficult fact of that is I'm going to have to back all these out, and the roof is not stable to walk on right now, so it's going to be a lot of reaching from the back. And then I don't want to put all the new ones in yet because I want to scrape off and paint the ceiling, but I don't want to leave it hanging. So I'll probably take them all out, leave choice ones in until I strip and all that stuff, and put the new ones in through this, and maybe just do a couple test ones to make sure everything's in line. Yeah, so let me see if I can get myself back on camera here. That's about it for today. Going out of the country, Stephanie and I are going to Costa Rica to visit a friend down in San Jose and go up to a volcano and down to the beach. So we're pretty excited about that. So I wanted just the next day here, day and a half, get this thing ready to go so I'm not worried about while I'm on the trip. And that involves making sure the door can be locked, or at least secure. It won't swing open like I've caught it a few days this week. And all the holes and stuff, there's not going to be serious leaking of any kind. All right, thanks for watching.